Okay, so after you open your command, I would also like you all to open your Facebook pages. There is a one-time setup that we have to do, and once this is done, then you're good to run all the campaigns in the world that you need. Does anyone not have a business page? Okay. Okay. Do you have, are you working with somebody? You're with Laura Bishop, right? Have they made you an admin on their page yet? Okay. No problem. Yes, everyone go ahead and open up your business page. All right, so is everyone on their business page? Are you on the Wi-Fi here? Try the KW training, and then the password is right up here on the board. Thanks, Neil, with a capital T and a capital N. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. You can capitalize the KW and the T. It should pop up. Okay, perfect. So once you're on your page, you're going to click the More button. Does everyone have that? And then click on Ad Center. Does everyone have that same button? More. Up in your top white bar, you're going to have More, and then Ad Center. Yes. On your page, on your realtor page. No, in the white bar on your page. Here, come sit closer here. But everyone else is able to find this. All right, so once you're in here, you're going to click all ads on the left hand side. And once you click on that, you might need to scroll down a little bit, but you're going to be looking for the Show More Details and Ad Manager. And it's going to take you to a new page. Sorry, what was that last step? You clicked on all ads on the left hand side, yep, okay. And then scroll down to the bottom, look for Open in Ads Manager. All right, so the next thing we're going to click is in your upper left, there should be next to the Facebook symbol, Ads Manager with the 3 lines, and it should open a screen like this. Is everyone seeing the same thing? Mm-hmm. And we're going to look for the word pixels. So you're going to click on that. And the next step, you definitely want to pay attention here, especially if you manage multiple pages. I actually don't see pixels on my in the upper there. So it's event manager I'm looking for? Yes. Okay.
Okay, I can find that.
Yeah, so click on Event Manager, and then it should take you to find pixels. So once you're in there, you're going to want to come up to the upper left where it says your name, your personal name. You're going to drop down and look for your business page. And click on that. And now it's going to populate here on your screen. It's going to say begin setup. I already set mine up. So you'll begin the setup. Let me see if I can do it on another page so we can.
Yours says welcome to new pixels. Mine just says create a pixel.
Yes, you're going to want to create a Facebook pixel. Let me see if I'm fine. Okay.
So create a pixel down at the bottom.
Yes. So I'm just going to use another page really quick. All right, so this is what you should see. Create a Facebook pixel. You're going to create a pixel, and it's going to ask for your website URL. So that is your Keller Williams URL. Anyone here not using the yourchoice.kw.com? You're using a Play Store website.
I'm not using Play Store, but I have a GoDaddy.
Okay.
That's what I have.
Yes, put in your GoDaddy. If you have the yourchoice.kw.com, so if it's ashleyspiegelhalter.kw.com, you would put that in without the www dot. You want to make sure for if you're using the Keller Williams given website pages. If you have a GoDaddy account, go ahead and put the www dot. Then you're going to click continue. Yes. That's only in the face when you're doing the Keller Williams one. That's the only one I've seen issues with.
Well, then what are you talking about?
So if you go into command and you go down to sites and you activate the website that Keller Williams has now given you for free,
okay.
You don't put a www dot in front of it. Otherwise, it will not go to the page. Now, if you have a GoDaddy account, and let's just say it's ChristinaAustinSellsJacks.com that you own, you can put the www dot in front, but you would redirect it if you wanted to still keep the KW page. So you can put either one in there. So once you're in there, it's going to ask you, do you want to use the integration, the pixel code? You don't need to worry about any of this. We're going to click cancel.
Mine didn't say that. Mine just says how you want to set up Facebook.
So
or edit your website.
Yes, any type of pop-up, just go ahead and cancel. If it says edit with code, edit with that. So now you should be back on this screen where it says no recent activity. You still did it right, so don't let that confuse you. But if you come up to the upper left where it has your name, it now has generated a pixel ID for you. Does everyone see that?
Oh.
All right, so you're going to click to copy to text, the text to your clipboard. We're going to go back to our commands and go to the upper right where your name is and click on settings. Everyone still following along here? Awesome. Then we're going to click on connect settings on the left and click on marketing profile. Then you're going to scroll down to the very bottom where it says Facebook pixel and ads, and you're going to go ahead and paste your pixel ID in there. And then save. It might ask you when you save to put in your brokerage office phone number. Just go ahead and put the right one in for whichever office you're in, and then you should be able to save it. Was everyone able to get their pixel ID in? 2470059 for Jack's Beach. It's all good. All right. All right, so the next step we're going to do is go ahead and start a campaign now that we have our Facebook Pixel ID ready to go. So you're going to click on campaigns, which is a little megaphone. Yes, and now it should automatically open to paid ads. So this is where we're going to get started. So in the upper right is your create a new campaign. So we're going to start here and we're going to click on social ad. The new social ad pop-up box will come up, and this is where you get to choose your campaign name. In order to use an example for this class, is there anyone that has a listing that they're that's currently active that they'd like to use for an example?
Open house, yeah. House today at from 4 to 6.
Okay. So what's your address?
2004 St. Martin's Drive.
MARTEN.
I am Martin's.
All right, and then what's your
60. Or Sunny Park, please.
all right. So we are going to go ahead and do a open house first. So what we're going to do is choose advertise a listing.
You don't have to enter a campaign.
The campaign name is your choice. This is just for you to keep track. There is no particular name. So I'm just going to do open house and put the address. So 2004. Yeah, you guys can put test in yours. St. Martin Drive East. So there has been some speculation on whether the goal you choose affects your campaign. I primarily have used advertise listing and attract buyers are the two that I have used. Again, you can try it with different options if you'd like. And then we're going to go ahead and click Facebook. If a box pops up that says your Facebook is not connected, would you like to connect it? Say yes, and then just follow the steps, and then it'll bring you back to this page here. So I was just gonna get to that. So Instagram is optional. As you'll see, if you go and try to do just regular social scheduling, you only have the option for Facebook and Twitter. Instagram is only available in the paid ads section. So it will advertise on your behalf on Instagram. And so that's just up to you. It'll just split your budget in half when we get to that point. Or you can choose, I want 70-30 between Instagram and Facebook. I haven't seen too much on the advertising with Twitter. It might be an untapped market at this point, so you can go ahead and try it. But for now, yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. So for this, I'm just going to check Facebook for right now, though. And we can do the next example, we'll do both. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click Setup Campaign. And the first pop-up is the property address section. You want to be sure to click for where it says Show, change that to All Listings. And then we can go ahead and type in the address. Yes, yours, well, no, yours will pop up because it's your own listing. But if you're searching for someone else's listing, you want to toggle that over to all listings, and then is it MARTIN?
MARTIN.
Oh, S. Gotcha. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and select it. And as you'll notice in the ad text, once this loads, everything will pull over that is currently written in the MLS. So if you have a great description written and you like it and you don't want to change it, you don't have to worry about it. But most of the time, especially for the main copy, you're going to want to rework that. If you have some description about the house, you might want to copy and paste that in from the main copy into the description. Again, you want to keep it short and sweet, something to grab people's attention online. You don't want to write them a novel, mostly because a lot of this will get cut off on mobile layouts. And the cool thing is, as we're editing, everything's gonna reflect to your right. And then you're also able to switch the views that you, where you're publishing to.
So which one do you want to keep showing? Main copy?
The main copy, yes. So this one's gonna be for an open house. So you could put something like Hugh, I don't know what part of town this is in. Kensington. Yeah, desirable neighborhood in Jacksonville. Come by for an open house and see for yourself. Something along those lines. If you guys have your own ideas on what to write, this is totally up to you guys. There is no right or wrong way, but you do want to keep it as short as you can. So, listing in how do you spell Kensington? Kensington Lakes, open house. Come by for the open house. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and again, like I said, you guys can write whatever you feel speaks to how you run your business or kind of the brand of your business. This Saturday from 1 to 3 or 4. So once you have written everything and you save that, it's going to collapse that box and we'll move on to the next one. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, I feel compared to doing this through the Facebook ads builder itself, it's very all over the place. Where here it's very like step by step. You just kind of go down and it'll give you a check mark once you've completed everything that's required in that area. Now there are some spots that'll already have a check mark that we'll want to double check, and we'll get down to those here in a minute. So the headline, I'm just going to put open house this Saturday. And then
the headline really goes
yes, and like I said, as you put those text in there, it'll reflect on the right hand side. And then the description part, this is a new feature which is really cool. You'll see some grayed out text that says try this, and you can click the shuffle button, and it gives you a variety of different texts to try. And if you prefer to use one of those, you can just say use suggestion and it'll apply it. So it's just kind of helping you if you're not really sure what to say. Like I said, if you have some sort of a description, a few key highlights of the home, this is a great place to put that as well. And then we are done with our text unless there's anything else you guys want to add. Nope. All right, so the next step is going to be add text. I'm sorry, add media. So like I said, there's some that are going to come with a check already next to it, but you're still able to configure those details if you do not want to keep this picture. So there's a few things we can do here. You can add a video if you'd like, if you have a video of the home that you'd rather advertise, or you can change out the main image if you don't like what was already selected. So as you'll see, when you click change image or add more, it's going to pull all the home or all the photos from the MLS that you've entered. I'm still going to stick with this one. And now we can add more. You can add up to 5 more a total of 5 images here. And it is from what some of the Facebook people like Nick Baldwin, all of those like trailblazers with commands, they will run 5 separate ads. So it'll still spend your money, but it'll run differently. I've also seen it still pop up in a carousel. I helped the Moving with Margaret team do one, and their sponsored ad actually came up on my Facebook, and I screenshotted it, and it had all the images to scroll through. So it'll pop up in a carousel version, or it'll pop up in a single image version.
Are the video specs
We uploaded a 51-second video the other day and had no issues. It didn't kick back at all. Probably, yeah. You definitely don't want to get too long.
When you say carousel view, so I'm looking at it on my phone, does it automatically scroll through the photos or do you have to swipe? And how do they notice?
Yeah, there's arrows. There's arrows on the side. So you'll see. Yeah. So here I'm gonna.
For each photo and
so as you can see, there's like kind of a gap here now, so I can scroll. Like since I added another picture.
Under each one, so it'll try to make the user like no matter what they're.
Yes.
Which is different from the slideshow. Slideshows are not another than putting in the body.
Yes. All right, so it'll automatically put the DBA logo. It's required to be on all of your photos. And so if you don't like the one that's up there, you can click on it. They give you a recommendation on which format to use and the color to use. But if yours is already in there, you're good to go, and you'll see it populate in the lower right.
I'm sorry.
So it's required to put our brokerage logo on all pictures coming out of a Facebook ad. Yes. So also, if you don't have one, you can click here to find the DBA logo. It's going to take you back to My KW where you can download your market center's logos and then upload them to here. So the next step is going to be our Facebook ad portion. And this is where we're going to target our part of town, the radius, and where the Learn More button is going to go to. So the first thing is going to show your name and then select a page. So all the pages that you are an admin of are going to populate. So you want to.
When you have Facebook on configure.
Yes. Everyone able to get their page selected? Awesome. So the next part is going to be your destination. Always, always, always use the Facebook lead generation form. And the reason being is because when you click as the consumer to learn more, it's going to populate their information already for them based on what they have in Facebook. So they're more likely to continue through to get the information versus having to sit there and type everything out. And so when you do that, there is a pop-up box. Well, they'll put their name, and when they click next, there is a disclaimer that says, by submitting this, you are agreeing for Ashley to be able to contact you. So you are covered in that sense, that they know all good and well that by submitting this information, you are allowed to contact them. And once they do that, then it'll take them to where your landing page is going to be. So when it comes to having a listing, the best way to direct your customers or potential customers is, if you're using a listing, to find that listing on your website and copy that URL. So go ahead and go to your website that you made through Keller Williams and then search for the address. No, I opened a new tab and went to my website.
You're talking about the destination URL though, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna go get the destination URL for right now. If you choose the site, you're gonna, you have the option to pick a landing page from the command landing pages. We have found there's been some inconsistency there, so the best thing to do is just go to your main website, find the listing, and pull the link from there. Especially if you're running an open house for someone else, then you're still able to find the listing. Okay, so once I found the address, 2004 St. Martin's Drive East, it has now pulled up the whole details page of the listing. So once they move forward to learn more about this property, not only have you already captured their information, they are now getting to see photos of the home, read more about the home. And if they have any additional questions or they wanted to start saving this home to their profile that they can create in your website, anytime they click this or click ask for your agent, it's going to redirect them to you as well. The chances of them filling out that form again, they're probably not, because they just filled one out. So when you have that follow-up conversation, you can say, hey, I know that website or that link took you to my website. Did you have an opportunity to check it out? Did you have any questions? Were there any other homes you were interested in? So that's a good conversational point when you're following up with your leads in Facebook. So we're gonna take this link and we're gonna go ahead and copy it. We're gonna go back to our create campaign. You're going to want to delete the HTTPS that's already there because it'll duplicate it if we don't, and then we'll paste it. You'll see that it put the HTTPS back. And then you have the option to change what your call to action button is, but you're most likely going to want to leave it at learn more. Is everyone able to get the link and put it in there?
I'm not.
It's okay. URL not appears to be working at the moment. Yeah, we'll just ignore it. They must be doing something in command right now, but it will never, that's the first time it's ever popped up for me. So the next thing we're going to.
Wait, so my web, so it's a command thing, not a website thing. I couldn't get my website up.
Yeah, they might be doing something right now. But when that does work, you'll be able to get the URL and then copy and paste it.
I know for a while it said under construction. But did you ever transfer your domain into? I thought I did.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have, yeah, if you have the website, that just reach out to your agent services coordinator and we'll be able to assist you. Or if you're working with someone, a marketing coordinator, they'll be able to assist you as well. So the next step is the ad targeting, and it has the set location already, but we're going to go ahead and click on use custom settings. And a quick note here, you'll see target my database and target my custom audience. Do you all notice how in your contacts you're able to add a social profile link in there? That is because if you ever wanted to advertise a listing, or let's just say a VIP event you're doing for your past and current customers, you have their social links, you are able to target their social links. It will put the ad on their Facebook page, which is really cool. So if that's something you're interested in tackling, all you have to do is put the social link for your customer in their profile, and then you're able to toggle on that target my database. It should just be, yeah, I think it's mostly their personal page. But for most of the time, no, if you add a contact in, there's an option to put their social profile link. So all you would do is you go to Facebook to their profile, copy and paste the link and put it in their contact card.
Oh, in command?
Yes. Yeah. I cannot recall if there's more than one social. Yeah, I'm sure if you're able to advertise on Instagram, I'm sure you can. But for now, we're just going to focus on target a custom audience. So again, you can pick the part of town that this is in. You can put, if this was in Jacksonville Beach, you can put Jacksonville Beach, but I believe this is just going to fall under Jacksonville. And then you can adjust the radius to be, I think it goes up to 50. I would not go that high because, God bless you, because it will have a harder time trying to place your ad. And you will not have as many impressions. So the sweet spot is between 25 and 30 is generally what I recommend. So once you have that set, we're now going to go into the expert targeting. When this pop-up comes up, it's automatically going to be set to or. You always want this to say or and not and, because if you pick 6 different interests and it's real estate and home decor, and they have to like all 6, they have to have an interest in all 6 of those pages for the ad to be placed. When you do or, it allows the variety that they might like all 6, they might like 2 of them, 1 of them, the ad will still get placed. So I have about 4 that I always put on for advertising properties. The first one is realtor.com. And when this populates, you'll see realtor.com Pro. Do not add that because you will advertise to other real estate agents. And that's not what you're trying to attract. You're trying to attract buyers to work with you. So once you have clicked a check box, you'll see it populate down here that it is selected. And so you can go ahead and erase what's in your search and start looking for other tags. So the next one we're going to do is Zillow. And again, this is the Premier Agent pops up. You do not want to click that. You'll want to click Zillow. I will also do apartments.com.
How do you do that?
It's another way that people search for properties online.
But apartments are for sale.
Yes, so you might want to convert them to being a buyer and not invest their money into a rental.
Got it.
And then homes.com, I think it is, or home, let's see what pops up. Homes.com and oh, Trulia. So those are kind of the staple ones I put in there. If you want to take the time to scroll through all these interests, you can pick some more things. I do know that luxury real estate is an option for those of you that sell luxury real estate. I think home is an option. You can't get too specific because it'll either kick your ad back and not approve it, or you will limit yourself to the point where the ad doesn't get placed where it should be getting placed. So the interests that I gave you, the 5, they generally cover you. But the next time you run an ad, take your time to scroll through here and see, like, gated communities on here. There's all different things that you can add as well if that pertains to your listing. So we're going to go ahead and save, and we're going to save the Facebook ad. It's making me put in. Okay, so for whatever reason, there is an issue with the websites right now. So we're going to pretend that this approved it because we're not really publishing this right now. So yeah, so that's another thing to note. When you are, for like an open house, for example, like we're doing now, you want to build in a 24-hour buffer. So if you have the open house on Saturday and Sunday, you don't want to do the ad today because it takes up to 24 hours for it to approve. So it could go into tomorrow when you wanted your ad to already be running. Does that make sense to everybody? So you wouldn't want to do it on Thursday, or you can do it on Wednesday because you can select the start date. So if you were to do it earlier this week and it gets approved, then it's going to run on the day that you set it to run.
They're doing as soon as possible now because the Facebook algorithm is a strategy for 24 hours or 48 hours are really, for ads are really successful, but they're doing away with that. Now you have to have a duration of these 2 days for it to actually take care of it. So for open houses that are super time sensitive, you need to get those ads done on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. So just schedule the time in that week, especially if you're going to be planning on doing it. If you're just advertising a listing, that time sensitivity is not going to make too much of a difference, but just know to build that into your time frame. Like Christina said, allow a 2 to 3 day buffer for it to be see if you get more hits on it. So this is the last step. We're going to do the Facebook duration and budget. It automatically auto sets it to 10 days. That is up to you if you want to run the ad for 10 days. As you can see, it'll show you breaking down your budget on how many dollars per day it'll spend. So I usually run ads between, for 3 or 4 days at a time. So if I were to run it from Sunday to Wednesday, that's 3 days, and now I'm spending $30, and $10 a day is being spent on my channel. That's going to give you a little bit more of impressions on Facebook versus spreading it out so far. It will be up longer, so you have time to collect more impressions on your ad and potentially more leads. So it's kind of just play around with it, find what, depending on what you're advertising, works best for you. Our agents at Southside that have been running some of these ads have spent anywhere between $25 and $30 and have ran it for about 3 days. And we had one agent get 14 leads on their listing they advertised over 3 days and spent $25. Now you have to do the follow-up. You have to be committed to the follow-up. This is something that you don't want to try a few times and then give up on it. You definitely want to build this in to your business and allow yourself the time to see how this unfolds, and put the time and effort and put it into your lead gen hour. Call those 14 leads. Maybe 2 days later, you set a reminder to email all of them to follow up. I had read a statistic from the NAR that said it takes about 7 to 8 times of contacting a lead for them to actually respond to you. So don't be discouraged if you contact your first few people because you're so excited you got leads. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you'll still get their information from the lead capture. So don't be discouraged if, you try those couple times and you're not hearing back. Just keep trying.
So these are, just to clarify, they are lead gen ads, meaning how are those 14 leads given to us? Are they just likes, comments, and shares, and we converted them into leads, or are they literally on a spreadsheet?
They go into your database once, and it's only the people that click the button and fill yes. You'll get a notification in the bell right here. And then also when we save this, I'll show you guys where you can also see how many ads you have. So
as soon as you respond, you get you have to log into Kelly Williams to see that, or do you get
I've seen Kelly notifications. People have gotten Kelly notifications, but if you aren't seeing them right away, just make it a habit to check your command, a few times a day if you're running one. Yeah. So any other questions on the duration and budget portion?
I don't understand how $10 a day versus $4 a day.
It allows more ad spend. So the more places it gets placed and the more people click on it, there's cost per click. So there's like a ratio of the impressions and the times people click that it'll calculate your ad spend. And once it hits $10, the ad stops running for the day. And then it'll go to the next day and it has $10 to spend. So the more money you put per day, the longer it's going to run. Yeah, so that's why if you're gonna span over 10 days, then put $100 into it, so you have the higher budget per day for you. Okay. Yes. Yes, I can show you. So we're going to save this as a draft. If we were publishing this, you click publish campaign and a payment option is going to come up for you to plug in your payment. And then that's what's it'll charge from your card. So you'll see the status puts it in a draft status. Let me see. I don't have an agent's login that's currently running one. But these 3 buttons right here, when you click on it, it'll populate that says stop ad while it's running. It's either these 3 or it'll pop up down here. And you have the option to stop running the ad. It will credit you what you have not spent yet, but the credit will not return to you until the ad is completed. It it ends on its original completion date. So if you had it run for 5 days and you stopped it on day 2, you will not see the credit come until after your 5th day of what the ad was supposed to run at.
I was wondering with the CPM, but on yours, it actually says underneath them impressions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you have that view and I don't?
You have to click the arrow. Yep. So anytime you do have an ad running, when we do publish this, the status will change to pending. And once it's approved, it'll say approved or active depending on what day it's starting. So if we submitted this today to start tomorrow, there is a chance it'll start running tomorrow, so it'll just switch to active. And then from that point, once it's active, you'll see it update as there's impressions. So impressions means that it showed up on someone's Facebook page. A click means they clicked on the learn more. And a lead capture means they submitted the lead capture form through Facebook. Right?
I didn't see where we could edit that. Do you have the ability to do that?
I don't think you can. It's just name, email, phone number. Now, there is a way to view it. I found this the other day. So if for some reason you are seeing that you are getting a ton of impressions and a ton of clicks and you have 0 leads captured, that is definitely something to raise your eyebrows at. So the way to check this is you go to your page. Bear with me, I'm pretty sure it's publishing tools.
Yeah, for all the forms.
Yep, so you'll go to publishing tools, you'll scroll down and look for forms library. Might need to scroll back up a bit. And you can notice here, so we created an ad that's supposed to activate today for our culture video that we did to attract new agents. So I can click preview, and this is the lead form that they're going to see when they click learn more. Yes, so if you had one, for some reason, I had an agent that happened to, but we did not install his Pixel ID. So since we installed it, all of his leads have come in no problem. Okay. So you guys have all installed your Pixel ID, so you shouldn't have an issue. But for some reason, if it doesn't work and you're seeing a ton of impressions and a ton of clicks but no leads, you'll want to come here because you'll start to see lead counts here. The agent had 14 leads here, and when you click on that, you're able to export it into a spreadsheet and get all of their information that they filled out. And then you could put them into command and mark them as a lead.
Do you have access to that spreadsheet as the ad is going on? And do you just keep logging in and checking it and downloading the spreadsheet? Because I cannot get, there's no notifications even in Facebook for the.
Yeah, we just had to check this frequently.
I just want to make sure that that's what I've been telling people. If they're getting angry, they're like, here I have this form, I have this lead, but I didn't know about it since the ad was done.
Yes.
And I'm like, you have to go in and check it.
Exactly. Right? Yes. Whereas command, you'll see that you have a lead and you click on it and it's automatically in your database. Okay. So then if you call them, you can put in the notes like, hey, didn't hear anything, left a voicemail, set a task to remind them to call them, follow up 2 days in 2 days. Okay. I was showing them when you click the preview button, that is the lead, that's the form they're going to see. All right, so any questions so far on this? No? All right, do you guys want to advertise a listing real quick? It should be pretty quick now that we've gone through the process of it. All right, so we'll go ahead and create a new one. Same process, advertise listing. So for the 2 of you that have joined us late, you'll be able to see the process again. I'll explain the Pixel ID after class to you. So we're going to do new listing. Again, this is your choice to name it whatever you'd like. And this address is 26220 Marsh Landing Parkway. So advertise a listing. This time we're going to click Facebook and Instagram so you all can see how the budget is split. So we're going to set up the campaign. Again, we're going to switch show from only my listings to all listings. This is because if you're looking for a listing that's not yours, you won't be able to find it unless you toggle this over to show all listings. So we're going to type in the address again. Marsh Landing. So we're using this one. That's Lori's listing. And then again, everything will populate over that was in the MLS. So the main copy, this what a stunner, the home went through a $500,000 renovation during this time. This might be something that people would be interested in that you could put in the description if you wanted to. You could leave part of this up and integrate it into your ad text. Again, you want to keep this short and sweet if you can, something to grab their attention. What a stunner is definitely an attention grabbing phrase. So maybe we take this out and put, you don't want to miss this home. And then the headline, we could put contact today for private showing. And again, the description, they have a new feature where you can shuffle some of the recommended text to put in there. And if you choose to use it, you'd click use suggestion and it would apply it into that text box. So I'm going to stick with view homes, photos and videos of this home. If it doesn't have a video, then obviously erase that. Then we'll click save ad text. And as you're working, everything will reflect to your right here. And you can, now that we've checked Instagram, we can see what it's going to look like as an Instagram ad. So you're able to flip through and see all of the formats that this is going to be advertised to. The ad media, again, if you see a green check, it's completed, but you're also able to still configure it if you'd like to. It's checked because a photo already pre-populated into it, but you are able to change that image out. All the photos from the MLS are going to populate into this listing here that you've selected. And you do have the ability to put more than one photo. When you do that, it will pull up either a carousel for you to flip through those 5 photos. You can add a max of 5, or it will run 5 separate ads with the same ad text, but just each different photo. So maybe I want to select this one, front of the home, and maybe let's see. This place had such a pretty backyard. Is there a photo of it? Oh, yes. This one. Save, and then maybe pick the kitchen, one of the kitchen. I know, this home is stunning. And so I'm going to pick one more. Now, if I'm a team, this will populate at the last slide. It'll populate your team's logo and the brokerage logo and your name. So it's pretty cool. It actually pulls from the page. So if it shows you as a team on the page, then it will. And last picture I'm going to pick is maybe the aerial view of the home. Or maybe this one, that's pretty. Okay, so now we selected our 5 images. Again, you don't have to always select 5, you can put up to 5. The DBA logo is required, which is our brokerage logo. And so if you don't have that, you are able to click here to find more. See how it scrolled to this last one, it says KW. It will change to your page name and page photo that you have on Facebook. But if you've already uploaded your DBA logo, it'll stay there at all times. You never have to re-add it, only if you want to change it. And if you have a team logo, that's your team logo and the brokerage logo, you can upload that and it will stay for future ads. So again, we're going to open up Facebook and Instagram ads to now configure. I'm going to select my page. You can see that it changed here on the side, that if you guys had your team page, it will populate there. You have the choice for Instagram if you want it to publish as an Instagram story or as an Instagram ad. The difference between those two, the stories are those round little bubbles on the top of your Instagram home page. And so an ad would populate is if you're flipping through those stories of people you follow, ads will pop up between those stories, and that has the potential for your ad to appear. If you just choose to have Instagram ad, it will populate as people are scrolling through Instagram. So your choice where you want that there. Again, you always want to have the lead generation form. I recommend leaving the call to action as learn more. And now we're going to pull the destination URL. So again, I went to my website. All of you guys should have a Keller Williams website. The reason being for doing this is people have had more success in the link following through versus creating their own landing page. And by doing this, not only are they seeing every photo of the home, they're seeing the description, as well as there is additional contact forms on there to get in contact directly with you. So I'm going to put this listing in. Once I click on that, it's going to open in a new page, which generates a new link. Like I said, you can see all of the photos of the home here. I copy that, put it into my campaign here. And then we go to our ad targeting. It automatically pulls Ponte Vedra Beach based on the location. Now, if you're just advertising a listing, think outside of the box. You do not have to just be limited to Ponte Vedra. We have had agents target New York City. They've targeted the colder states right now. We have changed the ad headline to be fun. One example is trade in your snow boots for flip-flops year-round. Just get creative if you want to target Chicago, if you want to target Washington. I did some research on what state was were most people leaving from, and New York was ranked #1 last year, into Florida. And so it's great to kind of research some of those things so then you are able to better place your ad. The one example we had with an agent placed an ad for one of his listings in Bartram, targeted New York City, and he got a $500,000 buyer wanting to move to Florida, to Jacksonville in the next 90 days. So you never know what you're going to get. It's just kind of have to take a chance. And again, he spent $30 on that ad and he's getting a $500,000 executed contract on that. So don't limit yourself to the area. You can get as creative as you want, and you can adjust your radius, and then you can put in your targets. Any questions? Because now we're back to the end where we get to the duration and budget. So now that you have come to the budget and we have selected Facebook and Instagram, There's a checkbox that says distribute evenly across 2 channels, or you can allow Facebook to do automatic ads, which allows Facebook algorithm to intelligently spend your money based on your audience and performance. Set your budget and then allow Facebook to optimize your spend versus setting a budget to each channel. So you can put that there. Again, it auto sets for 10 days. I don't think that's necessary all the time, so you can do it for maybe a week, 4 or 5 days. And because you are putting it on 2 channels, you might want to bump your spend, you might want to double it, so then your daily cost per channel or budget per channel goes up a little bit rather than $3 a day. All right, any questions? You all should now be equipped to run your own Facebook ad. And you will have your leads come in. When you have your leads come in here, you are able to click where it says lead capture. Leads capture, there'll be a number there and you can click on it and it'll take you right to your contacts, and it auto filters leads coming in from Facebook. That's how you'll be able to see their contact information. Yep, it'll tag it as a lead and tag that lead as a Facebook lead. All right, any questions? Yes. Great, I'm gonna stop this screen share here and the meeting.